Hey guys, welcome back. BDC Care here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of October 22nd, 2020. The current character challenge is Blackest Martian Manhunter, and that is a 1-week repeat. The required characters for that are Cyborg, Sinestro, and Lex Luthor, who you can get all at bronze and all in the store. So these are going to be really about as easy as it gets for a challenge. I know we've been saying that a lot recently, but all bronze across the board is the easiest challenge for newer players to complete.
Short of the Suicide Squad, which the regular difficulty or standard difficulty has no requirements.
Mm-hmm. So this is great for new players. Passive is Shifter, which is John cycles through different offensive buffs, life drain, and then in brackets, health siphoned goes to his entire team. Increased power generation, and increased defense. He has 1,000 attack and 1,300 health. And he was last available since before we started tracking in our spreadsheet, so it's been a while since anybody's been able to get him.
Yeah. So he's got good, I want to say upper middle class stats like Arkham Knight Catwoman from last week, but he's actually the opposite of Catwoman because they had the same stat total, 2,300 points, but she had 1,300 in attack and 1,000 in health, and he's got it reversed. So I'd actually rather everything be loaded into attack. Mm-hmm. So out of those three things that he cycles through, he always starts on defense, and the defense is where he only takes half damage, I think, and that's the blue sort of aura that he's got. And when he comes in the first time, it's only like 3 or 4 seconds, and then it cycles through, and the next time it cycles through defense, I think he gets like a full 14 seconds. Mm-hmm. Power drain is yellow. Or not power drain, sorry. Power generation, is yellow, and that lasts for 14 seconds. And life drain is the shortest and is only about 6, maybe 7 seconds. Mm-hmm. So it's funny, right? Because there used to be this really great glitch, and I'll link that in the description, I think. And if there were a certain number of conditions that were right, so you'd need Blackest Martian Manhunter, you'd need the full LexCorp gear set on him to get the second gear set ability, which is damage over time.
Yeah.
He'd have to be in the life drain part of his cycle. And the enemy, when they were down to no health, like 1 health or whatever it was, the minimum that you couldn't life drain him anymore.
Yeah, the minimum visible health. I think it is 1 health, right? Because
it might be, yeah. Whatever it is.
Well, because stun effects that deal 1 damage kill. So it has to be 1 health.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he would give ridiculous amounts of health to himself and his teammates. And so it's interesting, I guess. Part of the reason is because it's such a good defensive card. I have not been very tempted to play him much. And we had a question in a recent previous Q&A about the pre-made teams, where there's we're talking Flashpoint, Red Sun and stuff.
Yeah. And
one of them was Blackest Night. And I think the question was asking in general about strong teams, and Blackest Night being one of them. But the problem is his passive has nothing to do with his teammates. So he pretty much stands alone. And because of that, and because he's weighted towards his health, those are sort of all the reasons why I think I really haven't played with him much since back then when we had that sort of freaky glitch. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, Blackest Night teams that have Blackest Night Flash and Blackest Night Hawkgirl, they actually have a lot of synergy, right? And you could put them in as a third to take advantage of their passives, but out of your options like Doomsday or Batman, or in this case, Martian Manhunter, I think Batman's unblockable chance for teammates is better than this. Yeah. So Martian Manhunter wouldn't be my first, second, or even third choice on a Blackest Night team. He'd be maybe my 4th choice out of 5.
Mm-hmm. So there we go.
Yeah.
In this week's multiplayer reward, we have the Overpowered Pill, which becomes... the Super Pill, which becomes the Overpowered Super.
Yeah.
Which... when it's fully maxed out, gives you 50% damage boost to basic attacks, 50% crit chance on basic attacks, and 90% life drain chance on combo ender, and its evolved ability, which gives you a 100% chance to drain 15% power on combo ender.
Right.
Last available in April of 2020, so we expect to see Flashpoint Aquaman next week, because it does look like we're still following the cycle for rewards.
And the cycle has been uninterrupted since November 21st of 2019.
Oh, yeah, so it's almost a full year.
Yeah, we're creeping up on it. It's an excellent piece of gear for a basic damage dealer. It's got the highest crit chance for basic damage possible, which is 50%. I think there's 1 or 2 other gears that have that. So a max augmented card can get as close to 100% crit on basics as the game will allow. It comes at a bit of a minor cost because you've got other gears that only have a 40% crit chance but will boost damage by 70%, and Overpowered Super only does 50% boost. But, it's on top of that, it's got 2 combo ender effects, right? Health drain and power drain. And I typically don't like things that rely on combo ender to trigger. But as a whole, I mean, it's all got a lot of synergy.
Yeah.
So to me, this is kind of the platonic ideal of gear for a basic damage dealer.
Yeah, the other abilities are good enough that even if you're not using your combo ender, it's still sort of worth it as a basic gear.
Yeah.
And by sort of, I mean it is worth it.
It is, totally. So I feel the same way about this for basic damage as I do about Tantu Totem for specials and Astro Harness for tanks. So
even though the basic damage dealer as a role isn't as important.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we don't get any more updates, it's not going to shift. But I remember there was a time when before gears, the most important thing was sort of specials. Then it shifted to basic damage. Then it shifted to specials because
Which is Tantu Totem.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Unless they do something that addresses Tantu Totem, then it's going to stay specials for forever.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the store, we have Arkham Origins Joker for $24.99 Canadian. It's a clue to next week's challenge. It's almost certainly next week's challenge, but we're never 100% sure because every once in a while they divert from it. Like maybe once or twice a year at most, but...
Yeah, so I mean, even though it comes with 100,000 power credits, I like saying this, it's not worth it. It doesn't unlock them in your store, and it's probably the worst way to cycle through these where if you pay for it now, you have a chance of getting it free and then being able to buy it with power credits next week. So it's really just like a sneak preview.
Yeah.
If anything, I think having the pack after the challenge is over
would be way better. Yeah.
People who have just missed it and might not get it again for a year or two.
Yeah. But they don't listen to us to make money. So
they don't.
Yeah. Anyways, the next thing in the store, I was going to say other thing, but there's actually 2 other things in the store, is the character bundle Arkham Allies for $26.99 Canadian again. So that comes with Arkham Knight Batman, Arkham Knight Catwoman, and the gear for both of them. And the gear for Batman is the Dawn of Justice one, so it's the one that's generally speaking harder to get.
Right, because you can't get it in the regular
gear locker. Yeah.
Right.
And we also have the Halloween bundle for $25.99 Canadian, and it gives you a 2% chance each for Blackest Night Batman, Blackest Night Doomsday, Blackest Night Hawkgirl, Blackest Night Superman, and Blackest Night The Flash. And then there's a 90% chance for just gold character.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good deal.
Yeah, if they loaded it even higher percentage chance on the Blackest Nights that are multiplayer exclusives, especially the Flash. I think the real
they should just
sort of
give you a 20% chance each of Blackest Night characters.
That would
just
be even better.
Leave it there.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's still not good for maxing out any one individual character. It's still not, the best deal. I still probably wouldn't even be buying it at the 20% chance for each. But it would be, like right now, it just seems like most of the time you're paying a huge amount of money for a gold pack.
Yeah.
Right?
So I mean, if the breakdown of the drops makes it feel more like a power credit pack than a cash pack.
It barely feels different from a gold pack.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a specialty gold pack.
I guess it would depend on what golds are available.
Yeah, I get that's true, but it doesn't tell us, so, I'm not holding out high hopes for them. And in Our Survivor, we have the League of Assassins gear set until the 4th of November, 2020. Phantom Zone is over, and Fight 62 is still broken.
Last weekend's breakthrough was, as expected, Sinestro, Green Arrow, and Scorpion, so our best guess based on the schedule is the Joker, Nightwing, and Darkseid for the coming weekend. And that will be, it'll be just a week late for the challenge for next week.
Oh,
when you get
that's
Origin,
true.
You want to break through them and push them up.
Yeah.
So there's a link in the description to Reddit thread started by Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video right now. We are Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android, but we will be mentioning stuff for iOS and having some resources in the description for iOS users. And you guys can also help each other out in the comments if you are so inclined. So starting off with the significant not working glitches, there is nothing for power credits that we're willing to endorse on Season 6, Episode 9 of our P and Q and C and A&T. We talk more at length about why we don't endorse the glitch for power credits that does currently exist, but we don't need to mention it anymore here because we're not going to tell you how to do it. You can look it up and figure it out if you want to, but we're not going to put our names behind it.
Right. Yeah. Glitch for getting multiplayer season rewards repeatedly, not working. For getting it early in a way that you can exploit, not working. And I guess it doesn't matter. Phantom Zone's not around. Working glitches. The challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed by the current Blackest Night Martian Manhunter challenge. And just, even though Phantom Zone isn't around right now, just a reminder, it's basically the same as the Phantom Zone glitch. So don't get too much in the habit of just resetting the challenge over and over without thinking, oh, do I have any progress in the Phantom Zone that I don't want to reset? Right now, there's none because it's not running, but just keep that in mind because it's not... The Phantom Zone, Crystal, the progress is so much more work, and it's a shame when you reset it unintentionally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are on Android 10 and you have to re-download more than a gigabyte of data when you clear your app data, we have linked a possible solution in the description that requires you to have about 1.57 gigabytes of free space on your phone. That will save you having to re-download it every time. Is my Canadian coming through?
No, it sounds just so very specific. Approximately 1.57 gigs. It's a lot of
according to the commenter, anyways. Yeah.
A lot of, what is it? The precision.
Yeah.
To yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we copied and pasted that into the description. We also have an iOS user's method for resetting the challenge on an iOS device. Like we said, we can't personally talk about it, but we've only heard good things.
We've recently had a comment just in the last few days somebody saying, "Oh yeah, it works. Good stuff." So
we've only ever had people say it works, and nobody say it doesn't.
Nobody
so
cursing us.
We're assuming it works, but we can't troubleshoot it, and we can't vouch for it personally. But we're providing it as a resource.
I miss the days when there were fresh glitches and we actually did troubleshoot stuff. That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
So the breakthrough glitch let you play repeatedly, still working. The airplane mode / refund glitch still working. Good for packs with random drops and also last laugh tickets. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Always bring your countdown clock back to normal before you're done playing the game. We suspect very strongly that that's the reason why people sometimes don't have the challenge show up when it's supposed to, and sometimes the Phantom Zone doesn't start when it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, in between not working and working glitches, there is the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. Hasn't had the right conditions since 2.14, so it's not testable, it's not usable, but we have never seen it fail, so we're keeping it in here because we are pedantic, and we can.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll wrap it up by giving a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon, who've been supporting us for so long.
Yeah.
That's a big thank you to Console Peasant and Edwoon at the top tier last word, Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier, Shawn Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin Ruiz, and Eddydoo, who are supporting us at the credited level, and Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer 241, Pavu RS, and Gavin Mallott at the gratitude level.
There we go. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks so much to all of you for listening. We'll see you next time. Komoda.